24/7 podcast. I'm here with Mr. Dolphin himself, Arizona Dolphins, Mr. Barra. How's it going, sir?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, man. Hey, glad you was able to join us, man. Hey, I got a lot of questions for you, man.
Definitely.
I've been around the football atmosphere in Arizona for a long time now, and I never really heard about the Arizona Dolphins until this last year. And it wasn't like a creep. It was just like a slap, and then you guys was there. And then every time I turn around, and what really put, I think, you guys on the map, maybe for me here locally, you guys went out and won one of the biggest tournaments last year in the U.S., and that's one of the pylon tournaments.
We did, yes.
Right.
Correct.
And I think once you guys did that, I started hearing a lot of noise and a lot of social media. And then I started seeing, these tweets and things like that with players making these crazy catches, these awesome throws. And I'm like, okay, who is Arizona Dolphins? So I had to reach out to Red Zone. I was like, hey, man, you got to find me the guy who runs Arizona Dolphins so he can come in and he can tell me and let everybody else know where did you guys come from? Where did Arizona Dolphins come from?
So we actually started out in the flag football world. Started about 10U in Primetime Athletics, Northwest Valley.
Okay.
Started there, had a few kids, about 8 kids, 9 kids. Had an undefeated season in flag. We were all excited. It was like, all right, cool. I really saw a tournament in Flagstaff that they threw, more, open tournament. So like, oh, let's go try our luck. We're undefeated. We go out there and just get whacked. 0-4, scored 1 touchdown in 4 games. It was ugly. But the kids love the environment. Getting to see a lot of kids that you would normally see in normal league. So we stayed at it. Our first 4 tournaments, we went 0-16. Didn't do well at all. But again, we kind of took a step back. We're like, all right, let's kind of break this like a pyramid. Okay, well, we're not going to get to the top right away. Let's, in 3 months, let's get to here. All right, once you get there, let's keep moving up. So we finally did that in 10U. Came back next year, won that tournament in Flagstaff. And since that point, we stayed in 12U flag, merged with another team in North Phoenix. That team, to this day in high school football world, that team had Deuce Robinson on it, Matt Kloppenstein, Derek Calderon, a lot of big names that you hear in the news right now in high school ball.
Right.
So we took that team and went national with it, made the Nationals in Florida for it. So it was a really cool experience. At that point, we pretty much, as those kids transitioned, they want to all play tackle. We saw Red Zone 7-on-7. We're like, let's take a stab at it. Most of these guys love contact. Let's try it out. So we showed up to Red Zone with 9 players, I want to say. One who never even practiced with us. He just showed up. And we're like, we need a body here. We have him on the roster. Here, go play. We ended up going 6-0 and knocking off the champions. We knocked off in the finals, i.e. Sun Devils at the time. We really made some noise, and people were like, again, who was that team? We're just some little full flag team, pretty much.
Right.
That was our first exposure to it. And then another Red Zone tournament came up. We went undefeated and won that one. And we're like, okay, and we fell in love with it. For us, it was love the 7-on-7 world. So from that standpoint, we've kept building. Had a lot of the same kids since they were 10 years old, even to this day. Right. And at that point, we just, made the progression, 12U, 14U, flag, some tackle for these guys. And really, but yeah, to speak on your win with Pylon, that was probably one of our biggest one. We coming up, we started, doing Jason's tournaments with Red Zone. We played our first freshman year, about 95% 8th graders, and won both. We played in that, did really well. And then, came back freshman year with actually true freshmen, won that, pretty much swept everything there. So it was like, wow, okay. Again, didn't really know how the game would impact it, because no one really talks about the younger, freshmen. It's cool, but it's at the high school level. So this year, we played with our team, which was pretty much built on 90% sophomores at the time, 2023 kids.
Right.
A couple 24s, a couple 22s. Went to Pylon. Again, no one knew who we were. We're still kind of, people kind of knew a little bit from our freshman season because we made the finals in Mesquite out of like 37 teams. We lost to ESA from Missouri, which was awesome game, actually. Great team. And then hit the high school level and First one was, Pylon, and we played some great teams in there, talking, Fast Houston, Air Academy, KT Prep out of Cali, play both of their teams, Triple Threat out of Idaho. Man, it was a great tournament. So our kids got hot, and, we have a lot of chemistry. A lot of the kids have been with me since they were, 10 years old, 11 years old, and we built that chemistry and then that rapport, and it's kind of what we're built on.
Man. So if anybody looking, I think the biggest thing that really put you guys on is for any teams that's out there looking to see how you go from top 10, from not mentioned at all, to top 10 around the world, is the tournaments you select. And I think right now, a couple of the hottest tournaments in the U.S. right now is Pylon and Red Zone.
Absolutely.
And depending on your choice, to me, they're 1-8 and 1-8. It just really depends on what you're looking for. So for you to go to Pylon and then win that and make noise, and then you get over to Red Zone and then you win the Red Zone tournament, at that point, everybody's going to be, okay, who is that? Because I know for me, I have a team as well, Team 24. Every time I look up, is either the Dolphins right above us or equal or right behind? Right. Who is Arizona Dolphins?
Yeah.
And it's crazy that we never really ran into each other just yet. But every time I looked up, it was the Arizona Dolphins, the Arizona Dolphins, the Arizona Dolphins. So you guys have made it. You guys on a big stage right now, man. Where a lot of your guys are based?
So we have a lot of kids, kind of all over Arizona, to be honest. Quite a few at Saguaro. About 2 or 3 over at Horizon, Centennial, Boulder Creek, Shadow Ridge, Mountain Ridge, Liberty. So we're kind of all over. Desert Ridge. So we got kids in East Valley, Anthem, Phoenix, Peoria.
So they're all over.
Kind of all over, yeah. It's a big commitment that those families make. And again, like I said, that we've been together for a long time, that they're willing to do that.
So it has to be something that you guys offer that has somebody willing to drive 30, 45 minutes, an hour to participate in your program. So,
correct.
So tell me, as if I'm a parent and I don't know nothing about Arizona Dolphins, and my son wants to come there, and it's an hour commit for me.
Right.
If I'm a parent, tell me what am I getting from making that commitment for my child to come be a part of the Arizona Dolphins?
What you're getting is coaches that are very upfront. There's not the quote proverbial daddy ball for myself. I have 3 girls. I don't have a kid who plays. So for me, it's all about that for me. It's all about those guys. We're honest and transparent. We're going to tell you what we are, what we're looking to do, where, your son may fit into that. And building our team, we don't necessarily add by star player. It's like, well, hey, this guy's available. Because, high school kids, they all know everybody. Right. And, of course, everyone comes over, hey, we can play for you. We want to play for you. But I think for us, we've really kept our space, I guess, really to guys that can play roles. With our team, we have a lot of big-name kids. Derek English, 2023 receiver out of Saguaro. Matt Kloppenstein, 23 tight end out of Horizon. Most of these guys, we have about 7 or 8 kids with multiple D1 offers. But we don't care about any of that. Bottom line is there's games where those guys will catch 3-4 balls a game, and there's games where they may not catch a ball, but they will still run their routes hard. They'll still have fun with it. They'll still be team players. And I think that environment for us has really set us apart because we have a plan. We have a structure, and we stick to it.
So that's real interesting. So a lot of those guys you name are big name guys, So and I hear them all the time on Friday nights. I hear their names. So how, as a coaching staff, do you guys, me as a coach, and I know it's pretty difficult, how do you guys deal with all of those egos? When you're dealing with guys that he got 7, 8 D1 offers, right. He's the man at his school, and for you to be able to get all those guys on your team and keep them on your team and keep them happy, right. That's a testament to your organization and your coaching staff.
Appreciate
How
that.
do you guys do that?
So for myself, I've been coaching for about 15 years at all different levels. I started in 5-on-5 flag years ago, transitioned into doing like NYS high school tackle when they offered it. Right now I coach 8-on-8 at a middle school. So I've been involved a lot, but I've always stuck to the same philosophy where, looking at players, I try to match our offense to that skill set. So when if we're looking for players or whatever we're trying to do, we're going to match that offense to what they do. So this way it's a seamless fit.
Right.
But and also understanding for those guys, everyone wants to be the guy.
Right.
We have a lot of those guys that want to be the guy, but they know based on how we call our plays, on our structure, some games, English may go off. Other games, Kevon Clark might go off. It doesn't matter for us. It's based on the game flow. And those guys all know it, and they bought into it, and we've harped on it for years. And, again, I've told those kids all the time just how unselfish they are, because we've been blessed to have a lot of great athletes and a lot of kids that are going to play at that next level, whether it's a D1, D2, wherever that may be, but they're going to do that. Now, when they go into that, now they know how to play with that, how to be a good teammate, how to give up themselves for somebody else, and how that game flow works. So we've stuck to those morals and values, and it's paid off. And, that's why we've had the same kids mostly from 10, 11, 12 years old. And that's why we don't have a whole lot of, I guess, if you look at a business standpoint, retention. We don't lose a lot of players.
Right. No, definitely. And I can see that. And even with saying that, I ask everybody that come on and show this question, I hear a lot of people say 7-on-7 is not real football. But to me, especially with your D1 athlete, your top players and things like that, if 7-on-7 not real football, why do those kids want to play?
Correct.
So what is your standpoint when people say 7-on-7 is not real football?
I mean, we're all stepping on the field and we're playing. So at that point, it is real. Now, it may not be, quote, real to, tackle coaches. I view it differently. Everyone's got their viewpoints on it.
Right.
I know for us that what we try to do is, if you watch us play last season, we had true linebackers. We had a linebacker. He moved to Tennessee. He's a senior now, Leo Pelele. One of the best linebackers I've ever seen. Big thumper. He played middle for us the whole season pretty much. So what we did was we had 3 tight ends who play for us. So we actually run almost a tackle type offense. We run play action. We run sprint outs, so we actually keep that same environment to how we call our plays. So it transitions back into what they do during high school. So for the real piece, yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's real. It definitely, we're out there playing and having fun doing it. And at that point, it makes it real for me.
Right, and what's the best experience for you? So I know I see you guys traveling a lot all over the world, going to all these different tournaments and stuff like that. So when you're going to some of these tournaments and things like that, now that you guys are considered, a top high quality program and things like that, what decisions, come about, like what are you guys looking for when you go to tournaments? Is it more about how many teams are registered? Is it more about the quality of teams? Right. Does it go about just getting your kids the exposure, the reps? Like, what do you look for when you're putting your team on the field?
For us, really quality of the tournament. Love just well-ran tournaments. Red Zone's one of the best ones out there. We've done them for since 12 years old, so going on 5 years now, almost 6 years. We're just quality pieces there. Of course, competition. I mean, a lot of teams will kind of shy away from that. Mm-hmm. Us, we love playing the competition. This year we got to play against, Cam Newton's team. Got to play against the Miami Immortals and had some great games against them. Name specific, we played against 2 of the top 5 athletes in the nation on multiple occasions. Getting that experience. So for us, just definitely kind of a little bit of everything, but mainly just quality and just really opportunity to play those type of teams. So.
Man, and I know a lot of people look at, some people, what do you say? I hear a lot of parents shy away from traveling, especially traveling with 7-on-7. As a coach, how have that benefited your organization from you guys traveling and being exposed to a lot of these different teams and different kind of athletes?
I would say for us, I mean, one, the memories, getting an opportunity for these guys to be able to get on a plane, go to Houston this year. We went out to Houston and played. We went out a day before. So Friday, we took them for a visit to University of Houston. We came back, had lunch, went for a workout at the school, there. So really the experiences of that, and then really showing up, kind of to your question before, who is this team? When we go out there and we start putting these teams that are nationally ranked, who's this team from Arizona? We don't know nothing about them. And so that aspect, the shock and awe for us is like, okay, we know what we have. We may not be the biggest team out there, but we have chemistry. And that chemistry has really vaulted us ahead of a lot of, we're ahead of a lot of teams where you could sack athletes and 5-star guys, but Can they all play together? Can they suffice their egos? I mean, I can't tell you, a couple times this year, we've seen kids from other teams fight each other. We're like, what's going on over there? But, for our guys, we never have that. We just have that balance to us, and luckily the kids do a great job of it. And, so from that standpoint, that traveling's been great for that.
Man, and I definitely follow you guys a lot, man. I always look at well-run programs, and I like to follow them. So, you had me up past my bedtime the other night. I seen you made a post about some breaking news.
Yeah.
For the Arizona Dolphins, and I'm like, man, what is he talking about? I'm getting old, man. I go to bed around 8:30 now because I got to get up every day at 4 or 5.
Right.
And then I wake up the next day and I see, you made a post of a new sponsorship, and I just see about, 300-400 retweets, So, can you tell us a little bit about the great news and
absolutely.
And what's next for Arizona Dolphins?
Yeah, so it'll be a little fun to kind of tease it a little bit. But, we're always looking for an opportunity to have someone kind of back us.
Mm-hmm.
For years, again, no one really knew who we were, but yet we're still doing big things.
Right.
Never really got that recognition, but there are people out there who do see it. And, was approached by, United Sports Brands, which basically is the, parent company for Shock Doctor Cutters. And they really loved what we did. Talking to their representative there, really aligned with our values and our core and all that and kind of what we look for. And they made us an offer to basically sponsor our organization coming up. So with that being said, we were able to secure a sponsorship with Shock Doctor Cutters going forward for this year. That'll cover all of our teams that we have coming into 2022. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal, man.
Wow.
And kids are excited about it, and once we finally posted that, let the cat out of the bag. Got a lot of interest from a lot of kids, and it's a great opportunity for kids to get some cool stuff.
Right.
An opportunity for us to really have that brand behind us. So when we do travel, and there's that opportunity to get interviewed and all that. So it's a good exposure.
Man, congratulations, man. That's big. That's big. That's huge, man. So that just tells me, you guys are doing something right over there.
Yeah. That's right.
And a lot of times, it's not about the gear, but a lot of times to the kids, it is about the gear.
Right.
But like you said, one thing I noticed earlier, and I always like to point out, you said, you guys used a true linebacker at middle.
Mm-hmm.
You guys use 3 tight ends and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that I really try to focus on when you're talking about the X's and O's of football is, am I teaching this kid something that's going to translate to help him on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night? And I think a lot of time that's what a lot of coaches lose in the whole midst of it, right? And a lot of time they get, caught up in the wins and losses. Everybody want to win, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, making sure that when that kid leaves you and he goes somewhere else, another coach can be like, hey, this kid been taught well.
Yeah, no, it means a lot, and like I said, that's something that we really, really tried to incorporate. So that's definitely something that I know we're proud of doing. And it's really benefited our kids. So going forward, for example, our 3 tight ends. We played in the tournament earlier in the year, and they were, I had all 3 of them out there together, and I'm watching this. I'm like, dude, you guys are too slow together. So I said, all right. So after that tournament, I was like, all right, going forward, you 3 are playing paper, rock, scissors, odd man out. Whoever loses is out. You 2 start. So every turn we go to, before every game, you see those 3 huddle up, and one of them comes out all tail between the legs, like, damn, I'm out. So so we try to have some fun with it, but it's keeping those guys in the structure of doing what they're doing while they're doing sevens definitely helps a lot.
Right. So what I know you guys just got the big sponsorship and things like that. So is there anything else, going into the 2022 season of 7-on-7 that we have that we could possibly be looking out for when we're talking about the Arizona Dolphins?
Yeah, quite a bit actually. So we have, I guess, what you would consider our national team, the team that I coached with Coach Jason Myers. Again, last season we did it different than everybody else. A lot of people, do the COVID era, and the pandemic. I totally get why they allowed seniors to play. And some teams opted to play with seniors, and that's cool. You give those kids a platform, awesome. I told our guys, I'm like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to add more seniors, or do you want to play young? And let's see how we compete. We'll play young. We'll see how we do. So we opted to do that. Play it again, mostly sophomores last year. we really exceeded expectations. Pylon tournament was our first, like, what did we just do? Like, okay, maybe there's something here. And then we stuck to that. So this year, that team kind of graduated now, so they're on the high end of the the junior side. We do have a second high school team we're building, which isn't your, quote, B team. It's a team that we are building to be competitive, essentially to pass a torch on after my guys all move on. Right. And then we also have another freshman team that we're running. So we'll have 3 teams this year. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody's, interested, or want to be a part of the Arizona Dolphins, how can they get in contact with you? Do you guys got social media, websites? Like, how would they reach out to you guys?
Yeah, so on Facebook we have, just type in Arizona Dolphins. It'll pull it up there. Instagram, we do have, it's at AzDolphins Football. And then Twitter, at AzDolphins FB. Always open to having new players come out. Always open to having guys compete. Always kind of warn kids, not to steer them away, but we're not exactly the quote, the friends team, where a lot of guys all want to play together and just goof around. Right. Our guys take it seriously, and we want to make sure that environment, when they're there, they're getting some out of it. So our practices, like last year, our freshman went against our older guys. It was some good battles out there, but those kids got better. Right. And that's what we want to do, is have that environment. We have a lot of fun doing it, but it's not, may not be the right fit for somebody. But if they want to come out and definitely compete and all that, absolutely. We love to have guys out there that want to do that. So,
all right, what's the motto?
Oh man, it used to be, for us, really just kind of on the flag football piece, because we show up to tournaments and we do well or we win a couple of them. We're like, not bad for a flag football team, because we still had that moniker, right. As being that. But now, as far as that goes, we just kind of. It's a really good question, actually, to be honest. But I mean, it used to be, again, the team with no stars, and all that. Now we got kids with some stars. So really, we just try to stay humble and just just appreciate everything we have. Have what's in front of us, blessed to be able to play the game, to be able to travel, have those experiences, and just really take it one game at a time. And it's kind of all we do.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Man, before I let you go, man, we really appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah, appreciate having me.
You got to give me something, man. Going into 2022. Tell me, what tournament is it that what couple of tournaments are you really looking forward to, competition-wise? Are there any particular teams you looking to match up against? Like, is it the kids? I know the kids always have stuff in there, but, even if they won, that was a good battle. Oh, we lost by 1. I want to see them again. Hey,
right.
Especially with you having those kind of athletes, 4- or 5-star athletes, they always want competition. They want the smoke.
Absolutely.
So going into 2022, is there any particular tournaments that the Dolphins are really looking forward to, or any particular teams that they're just really looking for a good game?
I mean, always looking for good games and good competition. I would say tournament-wise, definitely Red Zone for one, because historically with Red Zone, we've won, I think 5 state titles in a row, to be honest. So last year our high school and our freshmen both won together. That was kind of neat, to be honest. Definitely Red Zones. We're always big on the pylon circuit with the new sponsorship. Legend Showcase with Shock Doctor. They're having their own 5 tournament series. So we'll be at 3 of those. I believe in California, Arizona. We're going to Kentucky, actually, in March. So that'd be kind of fun. But really, team-wise, there's a lot of great teams out there. And on the high school level, there's so many of them. Right. And going to, Texas. I know we're going to Pylon and one of the Pylon tournaments in Orlando in January. Those teams are different out there, speed-wise, competition-wise. That's some of the best you're going to see. So, a few teams we love to play. Obviously, Cam Newton's team played them in Dallas. Love to play them again because it's a great game. Right. Miami Immortals had a slugfest with them too out in Dallas. Would love to play them again. But really, we love all those top teams to play against because it's just great for the kids. And that platform and that exposure, playing those type of teams, breeds well for when they come back here for high school ball. Because now you take those experiences like, hey, I went up against some of the bigger name guys out there. Now you go into these games and it's like, dude, now I have that to kind of hang on. So,
no, definitely, man. Really appreciate it, man. Hey, you're hearing it here from me first. The Arizona Dolphins is here. So when you're talking about Arizona top flag 7-on-7 programs, you need to mention the Arizona Dolphins.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You have to. So, man, before I let you go, man, we definitely want you. We definitely want to have you back, man.
Appreciate it.
Definitely want to hear from some of your players, man. Just man, I really look up to him, man. When I see him around, always respectful, helping pick up trash. Just playing the game the right way, man. So I definitely want to give those guys their flowers as well, man.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely bring a few back, and yeah, I'm sure they would love the atmosphere. So yeah, be awesome.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much, sir. Until next time.
Absolutely.
All right, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you.